Welcome to another episode of Ship War, my review of Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is directed by Joon-ho. It stars Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, John Hurt, Kang-ho, and a bunch of other very talented actors and actresses. Now, the premise of this story follows a train, a very long train where basically all of human life and just all life of Earth just exists on this one train. And the reason for that is because of humanity trying to kind of solve the issue of global warming. They end up doing something to the Earth's atmosphere that causes another ice age to the point that no life can live on Earth without dying. And so because of that, all of humanity, all the living creatures, all exist on this train. Whatever was left that was on this train when this happened are the only living beings on Earth. And because of this train becomes like anything else in society, and that's where there's always some kind of social ladder of some kind where, you know, there's always poor and then there's the rich and then the in-between. And on this train, anybody who lives in the front of the train are the rich and wealthy people. The story follows Chris Evans' character, who is in the back of the train. He is in the butt of the train. And because of that, him and many others who live on that part of the train don't want to live in that part of the train because they are hungry, they live in their own feces in a way that's just really disgusting, and they want to live like the people in front of the train. So because of this, they try to rebel against this system that's on this train and try to get to the front to try to change this environment that they have. And that's pretty much how the story begins. I went into this movie not really knowing what to expect out of it. All I knew was that Chris Evans was in it and Tilda Swinton was in it, and that's pretty much all I really knew about the movie. And I'm glad I went in not knowing what to expect because I ended up being very surprised by this movie. Now, prior to seeing this movie, I had no idea that this movie was based off of a graphic novel, which it is, but while watching the movie, I was like, this feels like a graphic novel. This feels like this is based off of some type of graphic novel of some kind. And then after watching the movie, I learned it is based off of a graphic novel, a French graphic novel with the same name. Now, as for the film itself, again, I really ended up really enjoying it. I thought the story was very original. It's something we haven't seen in the theaters yet. I mean, this is a very interesting way of, you know, showing human society being stuck on a train. Even though I really enjoyed this movie for being very original in the sense of something I've never seen before, and I thought all the actors did a wonderful job, especially Tilda Swinton. She played this really interesting character that was kind of really disgusting in a way. She was by far my favorite actress character in the movie, and not for any good reason outside from that I thought she really pulled off this role of just being a complete bitch for lack of a better word. And it wasn't till, I have to say, the last probably minute of the movie that everything that I absolutely enjoyed and love about this movie, when it comes to just the characters, when it comes to the actions, when this comes to all the overall scenery and ambiance of the movie, just went away during that last minute of the movie, because the way the movie ended wasn't satisfying at all for me. I was very disappointed with it. I felt like there was a lot that happened to get to this point in the movie, and it was completely thrown away in a sense. And I'm sure they're going by what happened in the graphic novel, so I don't really blame the filmmakers or any of the movie itself for having this ending, but I personally just wasn't satisfied with it. I was really disappointed. I mean, I know some people like endings like that, but me personally, I prefer a different ending. So overall, I'll definitely recommend this movie to anybody who has any remote interest in seeing it. Check it out. It's worth watching, and you might feel different towards the ending than I did. It's just how I felt. But I would say if you watch the trailer and you're like, that looks interesting, then I say go check out the movie out. It's worth checking out and informing your own opinion towards, I would say. So that is my review of Snowpiercer. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Hey guys, so the big news that came out last week that I didn't talk about because I wasn't sure whether or not to talk about it because it was still a rumor, it wasn't official, even though it was kind of official, and that is Jason Momoa being cast as Aquaman for Batman vs. Superman, or Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I think we're at a point now that there is no denying it. There's several things that happened since it was announced that pretty much confirms that he is